an MMA company based out of Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if that's going to work. You know, I mean that's
it's an interesting investment, and I believe it's more his investment is not purchasing or purchasing like a part of the company. I believe his investment is advertising his energy drinks and his products and services that he provides. So I think that's where the compensation is coming in. But if you're not one of the big players like a UFC, anything else that comes up, it's almost, it's going to be different in some sort of respect. But, if you look at the MMA world, you're looking at UFC compared to WWE, and anything else is almost like a TNA, that type of level.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's crazy, man, because UFC right now is like 10 times bigger than WWE. It's crazy. Just in the last few years, I mean, every single UFC pay-per-view is over 500,000 buy rates. It's crazy. Every single pay-per-view.
And it's bananas. It's bananas. I mean, there's bars here that are, taking out a package. There's certain things all over the place where you can just say to yourself, wow, I can be entertained in watching this. I mean, it's funny because I actually downloaded a clip of UFC, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't know why I'm not hooked up on it like I should be because, like I said, two grown men fighting it out in a cage, you can't go nothing wrong with that. But,
dude, it is, oh, my God. I have to get you into it, man. Boone got me into it a couple of years back, man, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Oh, dude, unbelievable. It is just, it's leaps and bounds over WWE. It's just, I mean, I almost want to do an MMA show at times just so I can talk about that because I know wrestling fans. And you would think, wrestling stars inside of a ring, wrestling, it's inside of a ring. MMA, they're inside of a cage and they're fighting, so you'd think it would be a perfect crossover. Wrestling fans would love UFC. UFC fans would love wrestling fans. When I was in Las Vegas just a couple weeks ago, the fan base, I mean, just looking at it's totally, there is no crossover whatsoever. Wrestling fans hate UFC. UFC fans hate wrestling. It's unbelievable. I've never seen a worse crossover, and you would think that these would cross-promote each other perfectly. I've tried to cross-promote my MMA site with my wrestling sites, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. None of these wrestling fans.
I don't know why. It's almost like boxing, too. There's that crossover in wrestling and boxing, Muhammad Ali, it kind of goes way back then. But it never really had kind of like a strong hold. Boxing and wrestling is a little bit more than MMA and wrestling. Because right now, MMA, it has its own distinguished audience, more males, obviously, a little bit more older. And I think that's probably where the crossover is major on because, Spike TV, which telecasts UFC, gains about, 2-point-some million viewers. Maybe I might be a little bit generous, but the reality is, it's just, I got a phone call here, let me just hang it out.
It's all good. Well, let me give. Well, are you? You can go take it if you want. I can get back into.
Nah, you crazy? I'm on a show. Hold on one second, people. Let me just answer my call. No, but so it is really shocking and surprising that there's not a much larger crossover. But of course, I think the difference is kind of like the major factor.
Yeah. I mean, back to the original thought. I mean, how JBL handles this new MMA company. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Right now, it seems like nobody can compete with UFC. Everybody that tries goes right out of business. And I'm not saying that JBL is going to come in and try to compete with UFC right away. Obviously, he's not. But the smart move would be to stay away from a TV deal, just build your promotion up, see how it goes over the course of a few years, and then talk a TV deal. I mean, guys like Elite XC, you saw what happened to them. They came in, they got a deal with Showtime at first, and then straight to CBS, and they were just way ahead of themselves. And, they folded. And now Strikeforce is actually going to be coming on CBS here in the next couple of months. So we'll keep you posted on that. We'll have Matty Boone up here for a 3-hour special here pretty soon here, because it's been a while since we've had him on. Usually for our 3-hour specials, Jose, me and you do a 7 to 9 Eastern Time. We do our live show, and then I have Matt Boone up here for hour number 3, and we do an MMA segment. You can stick around, too, if you want, and we'll talk some MMA one of these times. We'll keep you guys posted on the WZROnline.com website. Speaking of WZR Online, get to the live chat room at WZROnline.com/chat. Once again, WZROnline.com/chat. Lots and lots of people in there tonight. Keeps growing. Every time I look at it, more and more people in there. So WZROnline.com/chat for that. A live phone number to call us up is 724-444-7444. Once again, 724-444-7444. Lady will ask you for a call ID number, and you enter 30273, followed by the pound key. Once again, 30273, followed by the pound key. You can get all of that information at the bottom of the live chat room at WZROnline.com/chat. Back to Monday Night Raw, Jose. The Undertaker. We had an Undertaker. We're going to try to get through this. We've got about 10 minutes here before we're going to take a commercial break. Sorry about the live opening tonight, guys. I can't really play music through this thing very good because I don't have my producer. But let's try to give you something at the break. Maybe play a song or two. We'll make it quick, and then we'll come right back, and we'll wrap this shindig up for hour numero dos. All right, The Undertaker. What'd you think, man? Overall, Jose, The Undertaker's promo last night basically came out and said that he's not afraid of Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels came up in a video package, a real weird video package. It basically recapped all of Taker's victories at WrestleMania. He was in a graveyard, and there was a tombstone that had 16-1 written on it, and he kicked it into a grave and began to bury it. What'd you think of the overall? I thought the Shawn Michaels stuff was decent, but I thought the Undertaker promo, it's just Undertaker on the mic. I just wish I wish him off the mic, man.
His promo needs to be rest and peace. It's interesting because the more, you know what it is just his character has a character, exactly what you said earlier. His character needs just action. He needs to go in there, you know, the lightning, the sound effects, the druids, the fire. That's the Undertaker. But when he talks, you know, and I don't know if, you know, I'm sure people remember, but he never talked. Paul Bearer was the one, yes, Undertaker. He was the one that freaking, That's
good, baby. That's good. I like it.
Thank you. And actually kind of creepy, you know, walking into a dark room here. But and it's interesting because when he does talk, it almost like the American Badass Undertaker, you know, the biker dude that's coming around and he picks up the mic and starts talking. I can see him. I can kind of relate into that level. But when he's out there talking, it's a little bit less dramatic. But the promo yesterday, and I believe the promo was produced by Mike Rotundo when it comes to Shawn Michaels at the graveyard. It was interesting. It really brought more to the angle. I mean, we have enough. You know, we know the history between those two men. And, of course, Undertaker saying, hey, you never defeated me ever. You know, and it's kind of amazing that since both wrestlers have been with the company for so many years that the Undertaker never really beat Shawn Michaels, at least on a televised event. But it's going to be amazing. It's going to be, you know, a true experience to deal with the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, and then Shawn Michaels doing that promo. I liked it. It was a little cheesy, you know, almost kind of like a Blair Witch type of video footages. But you know, the kicking of the tombstone, and then, you know, kind of taking the dirt and throwing the dirt inside the cemetery there. Overall, I think it just brought more intensity and more to the angle.
But you know why they do the Undertaker promo, right? Because they need the video, like I said earlier, because they need the video packages
leading into WrestleMania. You're going to hear sound clips from that promo. You know what I mean? Absolutely. You got your 2-minute promo that they'll probably ram down our throats about 14 times.
Oh my God! How much did they ram down Cena's 12 Rounds movie last night down our throats? Is that crazy or what? It seemed like every time they came back from a commercial break, bang, something about 12 rounds. Whether it was a plug by the announcers, a preview, something. I mean, it was in hour number 2. After every single break, well, I don't want to say every single break, but I would say, I don't know, how many breaks are in the hour? Maybe four breaks in the hour? At least